Yeah, what's up? It's your boy, Quarter Porter, aka Mikey, aka oldest nigga in gaming, aka that nigga that stay on the streets. We back with another episode of Pokemon Reborn Nuzlocke, episode 14. We call this right here the grind compilation. And part one, because there's probably going to be a few more of these before we finish this Nuzlocke out, alright? So, what I have here is 3 1-hour sessions squashed into 24 minutes for your viewing enjoyment. Now, this is post commentary, as you can tell, because I'm not even commenting on what's going on screen. So, the defining marker at the end of each 1-hour session, you will see me return to the Pokemon Center. I'll go in, save my game, switch my Pokemans around in the box, and pull some fresh ones out to continue the grind process. But the goal right now, I think, is to get all of the Pokemans up to level 17 with the exception of 2 special Pokemans. Now, let's talk about this first Pokemon. I think we're going to keep Drizzles at a lower level so that as we progress, we will be able to capture our encounter Pokemon. Because I'm kind of concerned that we might be over leveling these monsters. So we need to make sure that we keep one kind of behind in levels just in case we need to catch one of those encounter Pokemons. We just switch in Drizzles real quick and secure our team members, our additional team members. And as you remember, for this Nuzlocke, we will be using 4 different methods of obtaining a Pokemon in each area. So we have the potential to catch 4 Pokemans in each new area. Now, as we start getting farther into the game, that amount is probably going to fall because of the fact that when you're on a route, you're not going to run into wild Pokemon that just want Pokesnacks like we have been in Reborn City. So it'll become a little more traditional Nuzlocke. But right now, we got the opportunity to load up on team members because we're going to need them. And we're going to try to keep them all close to the level that the traveling party is on, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 that we need to keep back for encounter Pokemon purposes. So that's what the first Pokemon is for. The second one is good old Parcina. I looked on Poketype and saw that Parcina, the Poochyena, evolves into Mightyena at level 18. So we definitely gonna go that extra mile for Parcina, get a nice and powerful Mightyena going into the gym to go in there and blow the whole gym up. And so that's what those 2 special exceptions to the level 17 rule are. We got, I think, a few more level ups coming. Woobat evolves with high friendship. So since this is a Nuzlocke and my Pokemon haven't fainted, I'm expecting Woobat to evolve here pretty quickly. I actually was hoping it would evolve before I got to level 17. But I got to level 17 during the course of this grind compilation. And still no evolution. So that evolution is forthcoming. We also have Purloin, Easy, who will be evolving at level 20 to Lapert. And then I think that's about it for a little bit. I think we get a nice and powerful Meowstic at level 24, which that's Psycho, so we still got a little ways for that one. So yeah, we got some evolutions coming up in this. We get nice and powerful, and I like that. All right, So now that we got that little business out of the way, and you see the grinding action going on screen, we over here making Chicken of the Sea's job easy. We over here making Starkist's job easy. We beating these fish the hell up, making tuna. Alright? So if you want to come through and get your tuna fillets, you know where to get them at. We making them right here in episode 14. Get your crackers. And your mayonnaise. And the pickles and onions. And the eggs. We're going to make a tuna salad. Alright? I'm still waiting on confirmation of the tuna fish Pokemon in Pokemon. Because I know they're going to make one. I call it. Alright? So remember this. And now that we got all that business, that side business out of the way, to the real purpose of these grind compilation videos, it's for me to connect. This is my social outreach for my life, right? It's sitting down playing video games, recording videos that hopefully potentially get watched by other gamers who play Pokemon. And hopefully I'll be able to connect with some of you niggas out there. And we'll be able to play Pokemon, talk about Pokemon. I got Pokemon Omega Ruby for my 3DS. And I plan on starting doing some Wi-Fi battles. So that means I gotta start doing some grinding, doing some EV training. All that boring shit that nobody likes to do. Just so I can connect with y'all niggas out there, alright? Because there's no better language for a Pokemon player than a battle, alright? You get to communicate, you get to talk crap. Well, I guess the Pokemon community is pretty tame. That I've seen anyways. About the only racy person I've seen maybe is Shofu, but that's about it. And shout outs to that nigga Shofu, alright? Doing it big. Extra large. Extra large. Triple XL. And I got also shout out to my main crew, alright? Started with shout outs to Swivel Spine. Then we got shout outs to Omega Greninja. We got shout outs to my man Shaolin Skunks. And we got also shout outs to Sir Swaggleton. That swag. Alright? This is my crew, alright? They didn't know, but they got drafted. And that's how we roll. So yeah. And the other thing that I want to shout out to the viewers that consistently watch these Pokemon episodes, because I don't just record this shit for nothing, alright? Somebody better be watching this shit. Because if not, I'm going to be watching it. They're going to have like 100 views, and all them views is going to be mine. Alright? I'm just playing. But anyways, so as you can see, we're working really hard grinding these Pokemons. Still within the first hour session. And we're switching as we run out of PP for any of the moves that we have. We just basically run our Pokemon into the ground until it no longer has any offensive moves to use. And my objective here is to try to get as much grind time as I can in an hour. And then I'll go back and save and then end the episode. But I didn't want to make y'all niggas watch 3 1-hour episodes sped up. So I was like, hey, just throw them all in one. And there you have it. So this is called the Marathon, the Grind Compilation. And it's going to be great. It's going to be hot sauce. Louisiana. Red hot. I can't think of no more hot sauces right now. My brain is completely shut down. And I did like the fact that Fat Cat did get pickup. I was actually aiming for Technician as the ability when I used the ability capsule, because then we'll have a nice and battle ready Pokemon Fake Out with Technician with Stab hurting niggas. That's what we want to do. We want to get through this game all the way through on the Nuzlocke. Now, this game isn't complete for those of you who are actually just watching and kind of curious about it. It's a fan-made game, and the person is working on the game probably right now, even as we sit and look at this beautiful grind session come to an end. This is that first hour being, and look at that. So yeah, as we swap around these Pokemons, and then we'll save the game, and that'll be the end of the first hour. And we'll just pick right up there with the second hour, just starting right on, continuing where we left off. But yeah, so some plans for these videos that I have not seen come to fruition. A layout. I actually had one of my subscribers reach out to me and was like, "Hey, I'll make a layout for you. I like your videos." And he made like a few more videos and then just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. I might actually try to reach out to this man on Twitter and see where he is, what's going on with his life, because he was in high school. So I'm assuming that life got a hold of him and he now is absorbed somewhere in real life, because as you know, there's YouTube and then there's real life. So unfortunately, some people don't translate over to real life as far as YouTube. Their personalities don't translate into real life. So you either have a split when you come on YouTube, you're somebody else, and you just get crazy, or you know, it's whichever, you're like an opposite of what your actual real life person is. So right now, this is chill mode. Oh, there's a shiny. Destroyed. But I mean, that's just one of those things. As I'm sitting here watching these and looking at Wu-Tang, almost level 17 right here. That green bar, or that blue bar up under there, about a little over halfway as we beat up these fish. Saying now on this, I think this was the grind session I ran into 2 shiny Goldines, and I can't remember if it was the last hour where I ran into the shiny Finian, but I ran into some shinies while I've been grinding. As y'all could tell, episode 7 featuring Ice Kiki, we had a shiny Meowth show up, the nigga cat. It showed up in the episode, got destroyed, of course, because we couldn't catch it. But it's kind of cool to see them pop up while you're grinding out there. And I was wondering why it took several episodes of this to happen before we actually ran into some shiny Pokemons in here in the fishing pool. But yeah, like when they showed up, I was like, oh yeah, there's that second shiny right there. Got destroyed. But yeah, it was one of those. That second hour was kind of like, I was like running into all kinds of craziness. But yeah, we actually got some work done. I think this episode was the one where we started getting a lot of the Pokemons up to like level 17. And Crikey, how about Crikey? Now that we see Crikey on screen, nice and powerful, you know what I mean? Came through, got Leech Life, and got a little sustained now. So I'm feeling real confident going into this gym. Once we get to level 17, and then we get that Minina on level 18, Parcina looking nice and strong, get that Intimidate, jump off, drop the attack right off the bat. I'm telling you, we're going to go into this gym and we're going to blow it the hell away. And then we're going to move on. So right now, I'm really anxious about getting back to the story of this game. I like doing the character voices for the characters on the game. Some of the more difficult ones are the high-pitched voices. My female voice is kind of exaggerated, but, you know, I like doing stuff different than most people would. I don't want to try to actually sound like a real female, alright? I want y'all to be like, alright? So, just something different. Because some of the more favorite lines in the Nuzlocke episodes, one of them is Snubble, as y'all heard. when the chick's out there with her Snubble and Snubble won't listen to her, and then the Snubble just walks off, and I was like, man, that nigga just bounced, and she was like, Snubble. Now that shit is funny as hell. Like I watched that video like probably like a couple weeks ago, and I was cracking up when it got to that part. Yes, I watch my videos. I learn from my mistakes. I go back. I take notes. All right, this is a school session. This ain't just entertainment. I always try to find ways to improve. I like watching other people's videos, and I'm still working on how do they speed up the battles and still return to normal. That's one thing I'm trying to work on. I haven't figured that out yet, so I might have to see what program people are using. Most people I know are using Camtasia, and there might be a feature in there to just speed up the I don't know if it's the game or if it's like the recording or what it is, but I might check it out. One of my friends was using OBS, and I might have to reach out to him and see about seeing if he could show me some of the basic stuff in OBS, and I might switch over to OBS because right now I'm using Cam Studio with a lossless codec, and it's alright. I mean, the videos aren't too bad. I don't know if it's my PC's performance or if it's the actual recording software that's kind of laggy. But like when you record, I notice whenever you go outside in the rain and stuff on here, like it slows the frame rate down immensely. But when you go inside buildings and you move around, it's not too bad. It's like it has something to do with the rain or like effects that are going on outside. It kind of like messes with the frame rate or the quality of the speed of the frame rate when you're recording. So I'm trying to figure this out because I want to get to the point where it's not too painful to watch these videos. I'm trying to make it not take too long. I guess that's what the thing is like, but especially with the grinds, because most people just cut their grind out of the Nuzlocks. And me, I want to show y'all everything. I want y'all to see that there's no funny business going on. You guys can trust me, right? Right? And so this is why I put it in here. I try to make it sped up so that if you wanted to, follow that process, it's there for you to watch. And it gives me an opportunity to sit back and kind of go back over what happened, especially if I record like a few of these at a time. Sometimes I may not get back to them till like, a few days after I recorded. And then I'll be like looking at them and I'll be like, oh, I remember that. Or I'll be like, oh, I just barely remember that. And there was a few times on here where I got a little careless and almost lost a couple of teammates in the damn grind episodes. So, I mean, there's always that phenomenon that could possibly happen while you're grinding. And, people cut it out. You don't see that. So it's just like, hey, nothing happened while I was out grinding. I just happened to get all my Pokemons up. So there's a few times where we ran into that. We almost got, I think it was in the last 1 hour session where I almost lost somebody in there. I can't remember what the hell happened, but it was crazy. And like I paused like at that moment for like a good 5 or 10 minutes. It may only showed up like 3 or 4 seconds whenever it's sped up now. But yeah, it was like one of those things where I was like, holy moly. And I almost said something in the recording while I was recording. I was almost like, holy. But like, we got I think I had like 2 HP left. And I was like sitting there, I was looking at it and I was like, whoa. It's crazy. But yeah, I was sitting there and I was like stunned. Like we barely lived that. So I was like, I got to be more careful while I'm grinding out here. But yeah, this is why it's available for y'all to see, because I want y'all to see that. Even if you're like kind of just listening to me talk, for the most part, these videos, like I make them kind of in a way that I listen to them at work because like I'll listen to videos while I'm at work, just kind of to, give me some background noise. And then I'll have like my man Swivel Spine, who's doing a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon playthrough. I think is the name of the game is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, and he's been doing some killer voice acting. He'll like have me like laughing, and like he'll ad lib some of the dialogue in the game. So like I'll hear him talking, I'm like, whoa, this is a Pokemon game. They didn't say that. So like I'll rewind the video a little bit and go back and see where the actual dialogue, and I can see where he ad libbed it. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I'll just be like, I'll be cracking up even more. But man, that's why I give extra special shout outs to my man Swivel Spine. And yes, my speech is a little impaired, not because I'm drunk, because I'm tired. All right, it's like 5:30 in the morning. I'm recording this commentary. I just got off work not too long ago. Been trying to get in here and re-record this commentary. The previous version of this compilation, the dialogue was longer than the actual video, and I noticed that I was like, but I recorded everything perfect. It was like this, and then it was like this. I wasn't paying attention to the actual time of the narration recording. So somewhere in that it got lost because the actual length of the video with all the video clips being combined, it got off and like it wasn't keeping up with the actual time. And I don't know how to fix that. So the only thing I can do is pay attention to the time. Even though I'm looking at it on screen, it's not keeping up with what I'm seeing. So like the actual dialogue is going to be off from the recording. Now it worked when I only did like one video, so I might have to do like one video, record it, then do a second video, record it, and then do a third video, record it, if this doesn't work out. It's dumb, but sometimes the limitations are real. So we gotta keep an idea of what's gonna work and what's not gonna work as we use these. I'm using readily available, cost-effective methods to record videos. Anything that's free that doesn't cost money, all you gotta do is download it or whatnot. So yeah, I think we're probably getting close to the end of how long this actual recording is going to be. But I just wanted to make sure that y'all guys know that I appreciate y'all if y'all watch the videos. It means a lot to me. Like I said, this is my social. Most people go out, clubs, etc., etc. I don't do none of that shit. I just kick back, play video games, go to work, spend time with the family, etc. So this is like where I pick up my friends and my social network, because I like try to find people who like to play games, because that's what I do. So I mean, it's a little easier for me to relate to people who have similar interests or similar hobbies or something that's in common, something common. All right, but that's why I say I appreciate you guys watching the videos, because it lets me know that hey, somebody actually appreciates the shit that I do on the side. That's my social activity, my way of reaching out to people and trying to connect with people. It's not bad, all right? And I've been trying to find different ways and experiment with different things. This is kind of like my test phase, my trial phase. But as we get ready to close this recording up, I'll have to let you guys know, keep on the lookout. Episode 15 will probably be the grind session, and then we'll be back into the real story by episode 16. Alright? I'll see y'all guys in the next one. I quit!